Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome in to the Raheel Show with Jose podcast. I forgot to do this last time, so I'm going to do it now, Jose. So we don't forget, we're not going to jump right into it. AlamoRemedy.com. AlamoRemedy.com. You've heard about it for a long time now. They are the best when it comes to CBD because one, their products are lab tested. Two, 250 milligrams per product. And three, the unbeatable price of just $17.99 for their marquee products, the lotion, capsules, tinctures, and gummies. I've been taking the gummies a lot. I've been telling you guys, been putting the cream on my back, man. It's just helping with the inflammation. It is awesome. It helps you get through the winter months, the mood, for me, it has at least. And it is the best because the price, the quality, and it's for Texans by Texans. Plus, you're going to save an extra 10% off because you listen to this show, but you have to put the promo code
Unicorn
at checkout. Don't forget to put unicorn at checkout. Please put that because we get credit for each sale. So that helps the podcast grow. And thank you to everyone for getting Alamo Remedy products. If you already have, give them a try. If you haven't, AlamoRemedy.com, promo code
Unicorn.
All right, let's do this bad boy. Jose, what is up, man? We've got an exciting podcast. We've got some groundbreaking news. One of us is going to share a really cool story. But first of all, how are you?
I'm all right, man. I can't complain. We do have some interesting news to share. But
Yeah.
how about you?
I'm good, man. No complaints here. It's been a busy day today, doing a lot of stuff, just project stuff, and
Good for you.
it's been busy. It's been really busy, but it's good. Good news is coming in, so I'm excited. I'm happy, and yeah, can't complain too much. I've got an update for school for you. So Baby Trickster was in school, right, and everything was good, but they shut down the school for the week.
Oh, what happened?
So I get, yeah, it is COVID related, right? But I think it's because they don't have enough substitutes, and I think there's just too many
Dude.
adults out right now,
Yeah.
so they just don't have enough. But they're supposed to get back in school next week. I doubt it, but we'll see. So I get my baby back home for a little bit. It's been really quiet in the house. I'm excited.
Okay.
It's been so quiet. My coworker and I, we just hear each other, and that's it.
You and Bane?
No, my wife.
Oh, I didn't know your wife was working from home as well.
Yeah, she's been working from home for 2 years.
Oh, wow, that's sweet.
Yeah, almost 2 years now. She left her job in the medical center, and she just hated the drive. So she's like, I'm gonna work from home. And I was like, go do it. Find a job. And guess what? She found it. So she's been home for a while. It's been good. And I'm thinking about doing like an ice cream social on Friday, just to get that old coworker feeling back. So yeah,
just to make
I want
awkward small talk with your I don't know, wife of what, 10 years and your 6-year-old daughter.
A little ice cream social, a little happy hour on Friday. We're gonna do that maybe. I don't know, because I randomly just go into her office and I'll just stand there. I'll just because her office her study is on the like the forward facing wall of the home, so it's like you can see the street and everything. So I'll just stand there. I'll just be like, yo, I'm just enjoying the view. I'm hanging out in your little office, and I'll make small talk, and then I leave. She hates that.
You live to annoy your wife. Like
that's it.
That's exactly your duty.
It. And then when I want to play Mario Kart or something to take a break, I have to shut the door because then she'll judge me. She's like, "Why are you playing Mario Kart? Don't you have work to do?" I'm like, "I do. I'm taking a break." That's what I would do in the office, anyways. Like that's what we do. We would go to a museum in the office if we had time.
Oh yeah, we used to have. What did we used to call it?
It was our inspiration days.
Inspiration. I think it was Inspiration Thursdays or something like that. We only did it like twice.
Yeah,
we only had the chance to do it twice.
And then everything shut down. So that also happened. So yeah, it's been good, man. No complaints. So on the podcast today, we're gonna do something really unique. Okay, we're gonna try it. It might be a major flop. So this week is Super Bowl week. It's Radio Row week, right? It's one of the worst weeks in radio, according to everybody. But in my opinion, it's one of the best because you get to hear from all sorts of people. And if you're not listening to 5 different radio stations, you're not getting annoyed of the interviews, right? Like they're coming on one. If you're just listening to one radio station, you're getting all the guests. But if you're flipping around, you're going to hear the same guests on multiple stations, and that does get annoying. So I I love Radio Row. Like my experience on radio was one of the best. Like I generated so much content. It was so much fun. You got to meet people you would never meet, right? Like it's just you can't meet that many people in 1 week. So
I'm so glad I
yeah,
got to go last year. It was
you
like
did, right? It wasn't great.
it was like the experience of a lifetime. I'm so
Yeah.
fortunate I got to go.
And I bet yours was 100 times better because it was in a different city.
Yeah,
So
it was in Miami
yeah,
first off, which is like one of the best cities in the country. It was a city I've never been to. It was just really I was the only guy who spoke Spanish, and like most of the Uber drivers there only spoke Spanish. So I
that's
was very
cool.
useful for at least for one thing. But it was cool, man. It was really sweet.
Yeah, like it's a fun thing. I'm sure for people that are just, old veterans of the game, they probably hate it for whatever reason. Like, why? You get to talk to this week if you weren't doing Radio Row and like we're kind of getting that now, you're gonna be talking about the same thing over and over again. It's gonna be Deshaun Watson, blah, 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 like the same old stuff. So you might as well have some fun with Radio Row. But anyways, long story short, what we're going to do today is because there is no Radio Row and this podcast wouldn't have been on Radio Row anyways, we're going to do a virtual Radio Row. Okay, so I'm going to tweet out the link to join the show at about 8:35 and we're going to have guests on promoting random products. It could be guacamole, it could be avocados from Mexico, right? Cuz that was a big one. Tim Tebow, what's up? So we'll do that we'll do that later on in the podcast for those of you that are watching live. If you have a company, if you have a product you want to push, you can get in for free. I don't care. Like we're just gonna have fun and do our virtual Radio Row.
And you just gotta send us some stuff over afterwards.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, just what's up? Hook us up, man. What's up, Top Tube? Where's my coffee, bro? Hunter, what's happening, bro?
Hunter never pulled up on me, dog.
He never pulled up on you. Where's the coffee, man? I know, and like I want to go buy it, but I don't want to ship it. Like I don't want to be. I want to find a local store, but I also don't want to message him and be like.
Do you think if we order it, Hunter will personally ride his bike to our houses?
Yes, he would. He would. That dude puts in mad miles, man.
Social distant hand wave. Ask him
Yeah,
to drive
I know.
it off at my...
He was at one of the local stores near me, Cool Cat Cycles. And
oh, really?
I wish,
cool.
I wish he would have messaged me because I would be like, "Hey, can I just pay you $40? Can you just give me some coffee, please?" I don't want to pay shipping.
I see you, dog. Okay,
that's 2 bags. You think it's cheap? That's 2 bags right there. Brandon, what's up? Brandon is listening. Brandon, if you have a product you want to push or a company, you can definitely get him because he's the man. He always takes care of the podcast, supports us. My sister is listening, and she says I look to annoy. Yeah, so my sister is listening in lockdown in Toronto. What's up? I hope my little nephew is not bothering you. I know he is, but still, what's up? So, okay, let's get into our big story today. This is the coolest story. You set it up. Go, because it involves you.
Okay, so last week, obviously, they opened up the hotlines for people to call in and or to register online for their COVID vaccines, right? So my mom's 65. She's type 2 diabetic. So we just try to hop on it quick so she would get an appointment. And I think it was on Tuesday or Wednesday. By Friday, she had her appointment. They had it scheduled for today, actually. And so that was a really quick turnaround, thankfully. So
that's awesome.
She had it at 5:25, the schedule. I got to work early and everything. We drive up there to Del Mar Stadium. That's the HISD stadium. That's right off 290. It's close to where I live. And there's such a long line that wraps around the stadium. And this point, I start to like kind of freak out. Like, oh man, like what time are we actually going to get in there? Like how long is this going to take? And all of a sudden, the line just starts moving really quickly. Like just abnormally quickly, like something's clearly up. So we get to the front of the line, and they're waving us to keep going. So I'm thinking, like, where the hell's the entrance? So we're wrapping around the stadium, and when I get to the turn to back where we were at the in the line, I realized, like, they weren't waving us to keep going. They were waving us to leave. So I just, instead of leaving, I turn back around, and I go to the gate where the entrance was, and the doors are locked. The doors are closed. And there's nowhere to park but like a little piece of a sidewalk. So I got on that piece of sidewalk, and there's 2 cops maybe like 40, 50 feet from me. And I start trying to call them over, and they don't hear me. So I just start talking louder and louder, and eventually they hear me. They turn around and they see me, and they tell me to leave. Like they keep telling me to leave, and I'm not. But at this point, like I'm not leaving. My mom has her appointment. We have all the proper paperwork. Like we have everything. I'm not leaving. She's getting her vaccine, unless like obviously like we stand there and argue for 10 minutes, and you're not gonna let me in. But I'm not giving up that easily. So they both come over and they start talking to me, and they're like, "Hey, man, we're closed." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like, we have an appointment. Can you please just let us in? My mom is diabetic, and we did the reservation. We have an appointment." And she's like, "Sorry, we're just closed for the day. They told us to close everything down." And I was like, how is that fair to us? Like, I keep talking to him, whatever. It goes for a couple minutes, and then I guess they got tired of me bitching, so they asked for proof of her appointment. And I pull out my mom's phone, show them everything. She has an appointment. They walk away, get on a walkie, and then they come back to me and they're like, "Okay, we're gonna have you come in through this gate over here, and she should be able to get it." And at that
wow.
point, I'm just like relieved. We get in, and I'm assuming this guy was like the guy running everything, or at least as far as the police, because there was obviously a lot of police. There was EMTs there. He was definitely a cop, but he had like a polo on. He wasn't in like the, what do we call it, the full gear or whatever. Like he wasn't in the button up and everything. He didn't have a gun with a holster, and he was like running everything.
He was like a street beat cop.
He might have been. I don't know. He was definitely running the show.
Yeah.
As far as the cops were concerned, he was definitely the guy they walkied. So I get to him and he's like, "Hey man, sorry, we're out." I was like, "How? Like how? We have a reservation. Like we have an appointment. How can you be out?" And I show him the phone, and he's like, "All right, let me see if I can reschedule you. Get in line." So I'm like, "Why the hell are you telling me to get in line if you have to reschedule?" But whatever. I get in line, and then he comes back out almost immediately. He's like, "Okay, come get in this line. You should be good. She should be able to get it today." So I was like, at this point, I'm like really relieved. Like 5 minutes ago, I thought like my mom's not getting the vaccine, and who knows when the hell they'll reschedule her appointment for. So we get to the front of the line.
Hold on, you're out of your car at this point, right? You're
no, the whole process is in the car.
Okay, in the car still. Okay.
Yeah, the whole like going through the tents, going through the wait area. Okay. After it's all, you never get out of your car.
Okay.
We get to the front of the line. It's a really nice nurse that's helping us out, and we get to the window, and she's like, "Hey, are you guys here for your appointment? Can you show me proof?" And I show her my mom's appointment. She's like, "Awesome. So you guys are getting the vaccine?" And I'm like, "Oh no, man, my mom has the appointment. It's only her." And she's like, "But you can get it too. You know that, right?" And I was like, "Oh no, ma'am. I can wait." I'm like, I'm not trying to get shamed by you on the podcast tonight. I'm like, "Ma'am, I can wait. I already signed up on the website." And she's at this point, I guess she got annoyed with me. She took like a deep breath. She was like, "You know, if we have leftovers and they're gonna go to waste, I can easily give you right now if you sign a waiver." And at this point, I'm like, "You know what? Okay, that's fine." So I signed the waiver. And sure enough, they give me the vaccine too.
Wow. 2 for 1.
In the span of 10 minutes, I went like from freaking out, thinking my mom's not getting it, and like just thinking about like, how long is it going to take us for her to get another appointment? Like being this close and then not being able to get it. 10 minutes later, both of us haven't been vaccinated. It was like the most absurd thing ever. We are really lost. And I start telling you this story. And as we're waiting, we start hearing like different nurses and different cops that are standing around. They're kind of chirp around about people who showed up there without appointments. Again, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I should have. It's appointment only. You can't get a vaccine through this program without having an appointment. And the nurse tells me that they turned away over 300 people who just showed up inexplicably without appointments. And I tell you that story, and where did you find that? Did you find that on Facebook?
So after you told me you got your vaccine, one of our listeners, Nabil, actually sent me a social media post. I guess it was from Snapchat or Instagram, because it was a picture with some captions on it, and it said, "Everybody pull up to Del Mar. They're letting people get vaccines for free without appointments because they have a bunch of leftovers." So I guess that post went viral because Nabil is the internet, okay? Like he's just consuming it, right? So he found it. He sends it to me, and I was like, wow, ironically enough, Jose just got it. And I thought it was because they just had leftovers that you got it, but it was actually the opposite. You might have missed out because of that post.
Dude, it seemed like, and the cop made a weird comment to me, and now I'm putting all of that together. He said to one of the cops I spoke to at the gate that wouldn't let me in was like, the media lied. There's no free appointments. Excuse me, there's no free vaccines, and that's when I'm like, I'm not here for a free one. Like, I have an appointment. So that's how I guess the whole time he thought I was just trying to scam in there. But yeah, that was, and then I
that
heard
makes
another.
so much sense. Yeah.
There was another person when I was over, like when we were second in line, so we had our windows rolled down, and there was a guy who was upset, and I heard him say something along the lines of, "We just gave 100 of vaccines to people who didn't have appointments," like something along those lines. I mean, granted, I ended up being one of those people, but that's just wild. Like how quickly, and I don't know if that was the post that did it or if there was multiple posts, but man, we are such a weird place with all of this.
Man, our logistics in all of this is a mess right now.
Yeah,
it is a mess,
100%.
man. Like they should have from the start just let HEB handle this. I'm telling you, because HEB's portal is so nice. It's so well done. It's easy. It tells you how many doses are left. It's not just sign up and it's a lottery system or we'll call you when you have it. It just seems like it's a better system, and I wish they would have just let HEB do it, or Amazon, or somebody else that has the logistical training to do this handle that, because it has been a mess so far. Like I've signed up in 3 different places, and granted, I'm not in a group that is going to get it right, but because on those sign up pages it says, hey, just go ahead and sign up if we have extra spots, because they calculate it based on how many doses they get in a batch, right? So if there's 10 and they have 9 filled up and nobody takes that 10 spot, they'll get somebody from the waiting list. I'm assuming that's how it's done, or Jose steals my dose. I'm older than you, by the way, so I should be ahead. And I've signed up on
now, old man.
Yeah. I've signed up on 3 different places. I don't know. And I know, like, my biggest thing is, did my parents get it? Did my in-laws get it? Cool. We're good.
My parent got it. I don't have in-laws, so I'm good.
You're good. So now you're just stealing. So now you just stole my dose pretty much. That's unbelievable. So from it, like you said, in a matter of 10 minutes, you went from, man, this is a cluster, to, oh my gosh, I'm good. I've got the first dose in me.
Yeah. Wild, right?
Man, that's awesome. That's a good feeling. So Omar is asking, how do you feel so far?
I'm fine. I was a little dizzy immediately after, but we did they asked you to stay 15 minutes and wait. I was fine. I just had some water and I was fine. My left arm is where I got it. And it's a little sore, but it's funny. Like you don't even feel it. Like she was like, she did it immediately. I didn't feel a thing. And I just felt it like once I got home and it started getting sore, but the injection is nothing. Like you don't feel a single thing from the injection.
Man, that's good. I mean, it's just like a flu shot, right? It's not the vaccine's not any, like it's not a thicker vaccine or anything, right? Like it's still the same soluble material and vaccine, right? So like it wouldn't hurt more. The needle's not bigger.
I definitely felt I just got the flu shot, I think in October, November. I definitely felt that. This though, I didn't feel a thing. Not a thing. Like,
because you were on that high. You were on that COVID high. Like, oh man,
it's over. It's finally over for me.
It's finally over for me, at least, right? Like that's good. I'm glad your mom got it.
That's awesome. Dude, that's like I'm glad relief, I got it, obviously, but my God, the relief I felt on Friday when she told me she had the appointment was just. While we're on the subject, did you see there was a somewhat viral tweet? I think I sent it to you. I don't remember. Where a girl got dumped by a guy she was dating via text. And the guy said, sorry, I met someone that's vaccinated. Did I send you that tweet?
Yeah, is that real?
I think it is real. That's about to be me in a couple months.
For real. Like
I get my follow-up shot the 1st of March. And then after that, I'm game.
You're good. You're free.
I've never been on any like online dating app, but it might just be time for me to sign up. And my profile picture is just gonna be my index card that has that they give you for the shots. That's gonna be my
So my parents got both of their doses. They're good now.
Oh, that's awesome.
They came over yesterday. It was weird, like to be able to hug them and not freak out,
Oh,
you know?
yeah,
Like it was wild, man. Like and we, you know, when we saw them, it was just like a quick side hug and nothing too close, and we would sit apart and all that. But man, yesterday was just like whatever. My dad didn't even wear a mask. He's like, whatever, YOLO, son, let's go. And I'm like, you still have to be careful because it still takes a couple of weeks for it to get it going, right? So it's not like you get the shot and you're immediately good. You still have to be
yeah,
careful, but man, that's good. I'm glad it worked out, man. I'm so glad. We're
yeah,
getting a
dude.
lot of comments about
We
this, which
are.
is awesome. Which one did you get? The Moderna or the
Yeah,
Pfizer?
it's the Moderna. So the
Oh,
Pfizer one.
that's the Android. That's the Android of the vaccines. Yo,
I
your
got the
vaccine's
Moderna.
gonna start freezing after 6 months.
Shit.
It's
Nah,
gonna start
bro.
lagging.
Better camera quality.
Yeah, better. No, man, I can do anything I want. I used to be that guy. I used to be Android guy, but I'm a Pfizer guy.
Of course you were. That makes so much sense for you
I
to have
was
been you
major
were
Android
definitely
guy.
an Android guy in college. 100%.
No. I was an Android guy up until 2018.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. When was the last Super Bowl? 2016?
The one in Houston?
Yeah. 2016, right?
It must have been like around then because by the
Yeah.
time me and you became friends, you had an iPhone already.
Okay, so it was 2016 was the last because I at that Super Bowl, I remember having that dumbass Google Nexus phone. I had to carry a charger with me because the battery would die so fast after you take a video. So yeah, it was definitely then. And then my wife was like, "Okay, enough." That April, my birthday, she just got me an iPhone. She's like, "Can you just please get this?" And then I got her one. So whatever,
Josh
it
said,
worked out.
Josh says I got the green bubble vaccine.
Yeah, you can't like nothing when he hits that. When he hits a liked message, it comes in as a
It's gonna
text message.
man,
Man,
y'all trash. Y'all can't y'all can't let me celebrate one damn thing
what
around
are we
here.
celebrating? The fact that you took a dose away from a frontline worker?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're celebrating.
Did you blast F the police after you drove off?
No. No, I didn't do that.
No, he's not doing that. That's not nice. Okay, let me just see. I've got some messages coming in. Toronto's checking in. My sister says the logistics may seem like a nightmare to you guys, but honestly, the U.S. has their bleep together. Other countries are struggling to get the vaccine. That's right, because we
Yeah.
overpaid and bought them all.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the U.S. do, baby.
America.
Yeah, America. That's how we roll. And because we needed it so badly. Did you see in Australia, COVID's not even a thing anymore?
Dude, our favorite new band, well, not new band, but our favorite current band, the Avalanches, is headlining a festival next month.
Yeah.
A
The
freaking festival.
Australian Open is just like, cool, let's roll, baby. We're good. Everybody just come on. We haven't had a case in 14 days. Come on, guys, let's go. Let's just roll out. Everybody just have fun. They had to quarantine like 72 people, I think, for the Australian Open for 14 days, right? Like players,
Yeah.
staff. And once you're good with quarantine, guess what? You're free to go because nobody else has it. That's nuts.
Must
I
be
know
nice.
people. I know. I know. Pro US people are going to be like, yeah, but how many people live there? We just have more people. No, I just feel like they cared a little bit more.
Yeah,
And
they
everybody was
definitely
in it
did.
together. Like, can we just figure this out and move on? So, man, I can't believe that. It's going to be crazy, man. Nabil said Australia is in the middle of a 5-day lockdown in some parts. Yeah, some parts they are, but in Melbourne, I think it's good. I think they're just like whatever. Or Sydney, where is it? Australian Opens in Sydney or Melbourne. One of the cities. They're good. They're like, let's just roll 30,000 people. Come on in. No big deal. What the UAE isn't struggling to get it. That's what Keith says. Yeah, because they got that Dana money, man. They got the Fight Island money. That's why. They're probably just made their own because they're so rich. So I'm glad you got it. I'm glad your mom got it. And
more than anything, yeah.
yeah,
That's what I'm
now
worried about.
those vaccine stations are the new testing sites, right? Like remember when we first got into this, it was hard to get a test. We just didn't know like what was happening. And now you can just roll up to a testing site. You don't even need an appointment. There's like, come on, you want to test? Come on in, big boy. No big deal. It's easy to do. Hopefully in the next 2 months, it's like that for vaccines where you just roll up and you get yours.
Let's hope, man. The I originally thought around summertime we'd be back to quote unquote normal, but I don't know. Let's see how all of this goes. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Mhm.
So
My
I'm
sister
good.
said, "Are the cases lower in Texas now?" No, in
Probably
fact,
not.
I think our cases did go down just a little bit, but last time I saw, like across the U.S., it's gonna be like 90,000 deaths, right? Like it's gonna be
Oh,
bad.
good.
Like
Good.
we're about to get hit even harder now. So
It's the
I haven't been
holiday
keeping
cases.
up. Holiday cases, I guess. No, holiday cases were 2 weeks ago. It's been a month. So we've got Super Bowl coming up and
Oh,
Valentine's Day, I guess. I think the return of school probably. So there's going to be a lot of different factors. So I'm not sure. I haven't been keeping up with the numbers as much, just because I'm in my own bubble. So I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting to see all this and figure it out. Hopefully the vaccines roll out a little bit faster and we're good to go. So okay,
that's all.
anything else with the vaccine? Any other little
No, I think that's it.
observations?
No, that was pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's move on to Reddit. Let's talk about them taking down Wall Street and how interesting of a week it's been where everyone is just turning into an investor now, which is awesome. Then Robinhood, the app, was like, screw you guys. We might have been part of you guys, but now like we need to protect the actual money. So we're gonna stop all these trades. So GameStop is the big one. I think everyone knows the story by now. So I'm not gonna reset the whole story. If you don't know about it, go read it. It's really interesting. And basically, we're not millionaires because we weren't on Reddit long enough.
Yeah, we
That's what I
weren't
took from it.
on Reddit. Reddit. Wall Street Bets, I think, is a Reddit group name.
Yeah.
Isn't it like this past year? The pandemic has been like about exposing just how the reality of so many circumstances in our world, right? That was
Yeah.
this was like the latest example of that. I'm not too well versed on how all of that works. I won't pretend to be, but this was just another example of like, oh yeah, what we all thought all along was a reality was actually the reality. They don't want little people like us to be successful investing and stuff like that. Like that's not the truth.
It is interesting now that the pandemic allowed so many people the time to do certain things, right, and not be distracted. Right, early on in the pandemic, we had all the time in the world, right, and then
Yeah,
we saw what happened with that with the social injustice, the protests in the protest to get social justice for everyone. Black Lives Matter. Like we have the time to do this. We weren't distracted by work. We weren't distracted by NBA games and NFL games and whatever else, right? There was no entertainment. It's literally you, your thoughts, and whatever you wanted to do.
yeah,
And now we're still in that position where a lot of people have time. And it was interesting to see when the pandemic first started, like stock trading went up, right? Because everyone was just at home. And people are like, well, I've got time to learn about this, actually, buy some stocks and whatnot. My brother was in a Discord group like early on. He's trying to sign me
that's
up and
cool.
all this like in May. And I've never found it interesting. So I've never, like I didn't do it. Even the Bill like texted me when all the stonk stuff started happening. He's like, dude, you got to do this.
Stonks.
Yeah, my brother was like, you got to do this. And I'm like, I'm good, man. If you become a millionaire, my brother, I'm pretty sure you're gonna take care of me. So I'm good. Like I'm gonna let you go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and let you do that. Yeah, that's just my plan right there. But people were doing it then. People were doing it in
Yeah.
May, June, right? Like it's been there. And to see a group be like, yo, let's try this out. What if we just buy up all of this and mess with the market? What happens? Right? Like can we just mess with the market? Can we take over and get the stock up higher? And then what happens? Like what are they going to do? Say no? You can't do that. That's what the market is. To see that was
Sure enough, they
awesome.
said no.
Yeah. It was awesome. No, but the originals, they still had their
Yeah.
stocks. It's just they didn't let anybody else
Good.
buy it. They're like,
Mhm.
yo, we can't do this because we know you guys are manipulating the market. We know what you guys are doing, and we can't let you do it, which is so BS. Like, no, that's the game because that's what Wall Street does, right? That's what all these hedge fund managers do. They manipulate the market. And now it's just a little dude figured it out because they all have the time, they all have the resources, they can all connect, they're all on the same page. It was awesome.
We're getting a lot of comments still. Nabil's giving us tips to find the next one. Nabil might have to hop on and explain that to us in a little bit.
Yeah,
Omar and Keith are talking about holding the line. I guess that's how that means don't sell yet. I think that's
so
what the thing is now, right?
hold the line is with Dogecoin. So that is a you know what
Isn't
Bitcoin
that
is?
literally? Yeah.
It's a
Isn't that
meme
like
coin.
literally like a meme Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it
Yeah, it was
is.
just a coin like a bunch of people just started like wouldn't it be funny if we start trading this and like people bought Dogecoin when the Bitcoin surge happened a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
So they are just like, hey, let's get this to $1, right? Like man, Dogecoin was like a penny, not even a penny at times, right? Like
Wow.
it's that,
Wow.
yeah, it doesn't cost anything, right? In comparison, how much is Bitcoin right now? Was it 30? How much was it? I gotta find my phone. Hold on. Somebody will
Keith
tell
is
us on,
clarifying that he means GameStop. They were referring to GameStop for hold the line.
were they okay. I
That's
thought
what.
Hold the Line was on Dogecoin because I saw it on all the Dogecoin tweets. Okay, so it is for that. So Dogecoin is a joke. No, it is, but you can still buy it. And if you get it at like 6 cents and it gets to $1 by the end of the year, you're gonna make a lot of money, right? Bitcoin right now is at $33,600. To
A
give you a
share?
comparison, yeah. So like for one Bitcoin, right? When I started getting into Bitcoin, it was like under it's like $1,000 roughly.
How many you've got Bitcoin, dog?
I ain't telling you my business, bro.
Fair
Don't worry
enough.
about that.
Okay.
I'm not trying to get audited.
Rockets are up 30 on the Thunder, by the way.
They are good for them. I'm so happy. They so anyways, Bitcoin was like $1,000 when I was like, people told me like, hey, buy it right now, buy it right now. This is great. Get into it. Cool. And right now it's 33,000. Like that winter, it hit 10,000. And we thought that
Damn,
was the
dog.
best. Like my brother and I were like 10,000. Oh my God, that's incredible. And then it was like, and then it went down. And the next thing you know, every December it shoots back up. Every December it just shoots up. You're like, what's it? 18,000? This year got up to 30,000. You're like, what the heck is happening? Right. And that's what Dogecoin is trying to do as well,
Yeah.
where they are just, hey, everyone just buy a bunch and just manipulate the market, right? Because everybody starts buying it. Guess what? The value goes up.
And
So
here I was feeling bad for you when you got fired from Gal.
No, it's
This
not.
whole time,
No,
this whole time you've been a Bitcoin billionaire.
no. If I was a Bitcoin billionaire, I promise you, I wouldn't be doing anything. I would be on a beach right now. I would be surfing every single day. You wouldn't even hear from me. So, yeah, it's not that much. I'm just not telling you how much because I
Okay.
know the IRS is listening. I
The
know the
feds are
government's
listening.
watching. Yeah, I know the feds are listening. So, okay, so I was wrong. I thought Hold the Line was for Dogecoin, but it is with GameStop. It's basically everyone hold on to it. Don't sell it yet. Let's get it a little bit higher. So that's crazy, man. I loved it. The memes from it were fantastic. To see the Chappelle Show reparations clip.
Oh
That
my
was
God, yeah.
that was the perfect use. That was a perfect use. What was your?
Although solidarity, we're not
Yeah, we don't
watching the
quote. Yeah,
Chappelle show. Yeah.
yeah, because he told us not to. So until they figure
He
it out.
personally asked us not to.
Yeah.
Till
By the
he's
way,
paid.
Chappelle got COVID. Remember? We didn't even talk about
Oh
that.
my, yeah. Is he doing
Chappelle.
okay? We haven't heard any updates.
I
He's
I
a
guess
smoker.
he's
He's like a massive chain smoker, isn't he?
yeah. I hope he's
Oof.
doing okay. That would I mean, I don't want him to obviously I don't want him to go to the hospital or, like really suffer from this, but I do want him to suffer a little bit because the more he suffers, when he gets out of it, we're gonna get an awesome special. Aren't we? Like, we're
Yeah.
gonna get a great 10-minute, 12-minute clip on Netflix is funny on the online account, and then we're
Yeah.
good to go. And then we get some content. He's good. And I mean, it was gonna happen, right? Like the dude was maskless all the time. Literally in every picture, he was not wearing a mask. Like
Yeah.
at some point, it's gonna get you. And you're doing shows. Like you're not doing shows from your living room. You're out there doing shows at Stubbs. Eventually, it was gonna get you. Like that's part of it.
Oh, Josh mentions a good point. To see the richest owner of the MLB get bullied off Twitter was my favorite. That Steve
Yeah.
Cohen got bullied off of Twitter.
Yo, that was nuts, man.
I
Like
don't know
how
the
they
full
explained.
context. I know he got into it with Dave Portnoy from Barstool, but I don't know the complete context. But I know he quit Twitter, and then the Mets put out a release.
About
They
him,
put out
yeah.
a press release about him quitting Twitter.
Remember on Astroball? Was that the podcast name? Did I already forget? Ben Riders? Astro Ball.
No, no, I don't think that's what the name of the podcast was.
Was
But
that
yeah,
his
yeah,
book?
keep going. I'll find the name of the.
So, anyways, the last episode he talked about Steve Cohen and how he ended up buying the Mets, right? And like how he made his billions upon billions of dollars. So, it was interesting to know that backstory. The
Yeah,
Edge. It was the
the
Edge.
Edge. Yeah.
Josh said. So to hear that backstory on Steve Cohen and him getting approved as the owner of the Mets, and now to like hear like how much he might lose because of the hedge fund and how GameStop is a big part of that. Man, I can't wait. Like this is nuts. This is the biggest story of the year so far.
The Mets aren't going to go big money after all, are they? If my boy loses all his money to GameStop, because
Yeah,
the talk since he bought it was, oh man, the Mets are going to go all in every year on every free agent and all of that nonsense. And
and nothing.
they've had a good offseason. I'm not going to act like they didn't, but
I'll take your word for it. I am not up to date on the Mets offseason.
I know. I mean, they traded for Jose Ramirez. Is it Jose Ramirez? God, what's the Indians? Oh, sorry, I shouldn't call him that. The Cleveland team's shortstop.
Whoa.
Is it Jose
Wow.
Ramirez?
Yeah, it was Ramirez.
Yeah, his name's escaping me.
Wow, the Raheel Show podcast does not condone the use of the I word on this podcast, like Jose. So,
I
wow,
apologize.
that's unbelievable, man.
Francisco Lindor, not Jose Ramirez.
Who is Ramirez? I thought he was on. Was he on the Indians?
Oh,
You said it, so you opened the door.
not cool.
Hold on. Why
it is Francisco Lindor. It is Lindor.
Okay.
You heard that?
Ramirez is third base. That's right. That's why. I heard Lindor. Yeah, I heard it.
Even my dog is disappointed in you.
I can't believe that. So that was the Reddit GameStop stuff. That was interesting. I couldn't believe it. It was so much fun. One thing I want to get to real quickly before we move on and rapid fire through some of our Super Bowl guests. By the way, we're going to be doing that. So go to my Twitter account at @the_Raheel. I'll have information. I'm not going to do it in the comments here because it just gets messed up. So go to my Twitter account. You'll see how you can join the show right now and you can be a guest on our virtual radio roast. I'm going to tweet that out and then rapid fire through some of these questions that I have for you. By the way, what was that? Oh, give me your prediction, Super Bowl prediction, super early prediction.
Our Super Bowl super early prediction.
Yep.
I think I'm going to take the Chiefs.
Wow, that would.
I don't have an analytical breakdown of why I think it's going to happen. I'm feeling the Chiefs. I know you don't bet against Brady or whatever. That's the mantra. But I'm going, like I just told you a second ago when I got the vaccine, the future is now, old man.
The future is now. The future is now, but Brady is now. I've been saying the team of destiny. I think they're going to win it. It's going to be a big FU to Bill Belichick. Brady's going to get this. I think they've got enough speed on the outside. I think their rush is going to eat on the Chiefs, and they're going to rush a bad throw or two, get a few interceptions. Boom, here we go. I'm going Tampa Bay.
Okay.
I'm going Tampa Bay. Are you going to Super Bowl party since you're vaccine?
I won't have my second dose by then. Probably not.
Dang. So just roll up. What? You just roll up on them.
I've got 60% immunity. What's up, bitches?
Yeah, 60% is better than 0%.
Fair enough.
So, okay, we're going to do our radio row. Anybody can join the podcast and promote any product that they want. You just got to be on Wi-Fi. You can get the link on my Twitter account at @the_Raheel. Okay, I'm going to rapid fire through some of these. The Royal Rumble was last night. Still the best pay-per-view. I love it. It was so much fun to watch. Shout out to your brother. He knows why. I loved it. I didn't know any of the storylines going in. I haven't watched since last Royal Rumble, which was here in the city of Houston. But it really is the best pay-per-view because it allows people that like wrestling to come in once a year and still feel the same excitement. You know what's going on. The Royal Rumble's easy to follow. It never changes. And you, for one night, can still be a fan, whether you watch WrestleMania, whether you keep up with the storylines or not.
No, I'm with you for the exact same reasons. I think it's either that or Mania, but a Battle Royal is just the most fun thing about wrestling. And the women's Royal Rumble was really well done. Edge won the men's one. Surprisingly, that was a little surprising. But the Battle Royal is still where it's at. So I'm with you on that. and I just lost Raheel, or did I disappear? I'm not sure what happened.
I'm here. I accidentally clicked out. My bad.
Oh, I was confused of like I was stalling talking about the Rumble until I realized, oh, did I get kicked out?
No, my fault. That was
You're
my
good.
bad. I accidentally, because I was going back and forth on Twitter to post a tweet, and I accidentally
You-
clicked out. My bad. I was like, "Oh crap!" Jose's probably like, "What am I supposed to do?" Okay. So
Rumble.
you agree with me? It's awesome. I'm gonna. So
Yeah,
I
it was
watched
really
it with
good.
baby. I watched it with Baby Trickster. That was so much fun. I have no idea who anybody is on the women's roster outside of Charlotte Flair. And guess what? Charlotte Flair is like number one still. She's still number one. Like as soon as Charlotte Flair came out, whether it's the music, the robe, everything, Baby Trickster started rooting for her. She was just like
Oh,
all about it. She liked Naomi as well because she has a friend named Naomi, or she has a friend named Naomi, and there's a wrestler Naomi. So she's like, I'm rooting for her now. So
yeah,
it was fun. It was really cool counting down with her. It's the easiest pay-per-view to enjoy.
it
So
is.
yeah, it was badass. I can't wait to watch the lead up to WrestleMania. I'm probably not going to watch Monday Night Raw, but
No.
I'll still watch it. I'll still watch that. Okay. Other things. We have our first Super Bowl Radio Row virtual guest in the waiting room. I'm going to get to him. I want to fire through a couple more things before we do this. Okay. The new Denzel Washington movie, The Little Things with Rami Malek and Jared Leto. The best part of that movie, I'm not going to give you a spoil. Like, I don't want to spoil it because I know people still want to watch it, and we respect Denzel Washington. It's on HBO Max. It came out on
Okay.
Friday. It was a simul release, so a simulcast release.
Mm-hmm.
The best part of that movie was when it ended. That's all
Oh,
I'm gonna say.
jeez. Because it
Yeah.
was a good ending, or because you were happy to finally be done with it?
Tune in next week, and I'll tell you why. It's because it was finally over.
Spoiler review next week. Okay. Oh,
It was
that's disappointing. I think I saw the trailer for it last. I think it might have been Saturday, the day of the Rockets Pelicans game, and I saw the trailer for the first time, and I thought, oh, that looks interesting.
that's I saw it then, and I was like, cool. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it that night because it looks so interesting. And
It sucked.
it had so much potential, right? Like, especially after watching Night Stalker, that 4-part documentary, which I do not recommend because it is graphic. It's a cluster. Do not watch it at night. Josh told me to watch it, and man, it was the worst 3 episodes I've ever watched. And about
You
two
didn't
and a half
finish it?
episodes, I did finish it, but the 4th episode isn't bad. They don't show, I mean, like, they just show all the evidence, like all the dead bodies. And I'm just not
Oh, good
down with
lord.
that. Like, yeah, it's really graphic. About 2.5 episodes in, or an episode and a half in, I told you guys this. I just turned the screen off on my phone and I watched it like a podcast.
Yeah.
Because I like, you can follow the story along. I didn't want to see all the evidence. I didn't want to see grandma getting killed. Okay, like, because that's what was happening.
Yeah.
Night Stalker. It's a very famous case from LA. If you're into the crime mystery, then watch it, but please at your own discretion. Anyways, I watched that and I'm like, oh, this Denzel movie is gonna be dope. It's just like this. No, it was bad. It was bad. Like,
Oh.
Rotten Tomatoes has a 60 right now.
Oh
So
my.
yeah, it wasn't good. It was not good. Okay. What else did I have for you?
Was it a Warner movie?
I'm not sure
How
what.
did it end
which-
up on HBO?
I don't know. I guess everyone's doing deals with them. It must have been. I don't know. I'm assuming it was, or somebody cut a deal and they're like, hey, let's just put it on HBO because they have 6 more movies coming out the rest of the year. Godzilla's coming out on there. Zack Snyder's Justice League. I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but Zack Snyder is doing a Justice League, which is a
What?
Snyder cut. Yeah. First time ever. He's never shared a picture on social media. Thirsty ass.
I'm so over that. I might not watch it, truthfully.
Same here. It's gonna suck. There's no way it's gonna be good. Okay, so let's do this. Let me. I'm trying to get people. People are like, hey, are you actually doing this? Yeah. Okay, let's bring our first virtual Radio Row interview onto our Radio Row podcast here. This is Josh joining us on the podcast. Hey, Josh, what's up, buddy? How are you?
We can't see his
Hey,
face.
buddies.
I know. I'm gonna switch it. Hold on. Let me see if I can switch this.
Don't X him out. Oh, okay. There we go.
No, I got you.
Hey, buddy.
Okay.
Hey, buddies.
Good to see you.
Good to
Welcome
see you,
to our
buddies.
virtual Radio Row, man. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you, QAnon, for bringing me out here, sending me on the trip. I appreciate it.
So Josh, you're speaking for QAnon, huh?
Oh yeah. I'm speaking out for QAnon, the rigged election.
Okay, that's great. So man, what do you see happening in this game? Tampa Bay. We know Brady loves this. He loves this moment. He's been here for the longest time. You got the defending champions. Mahomes is like, I'm the next Brady. What do you see happening, Josh?
Well, as a former Wasp football player with a lot of experience on my one football team, with growing up, I mean, being in that environment, just with the experience that I have, thank you to the sponsors for bringing me out here. Great experience. I'm so happy to be here. Grateful to be with you guys. Brady's been here before. And like with all the football teams that I played for and I was around, just
Oh
so much
man.
experience.
Well, that's awesome, man. Big thank you to your I'm not gonna say it anymore. I don't want to say thank you to that company.
Oh, what's
Do you
wrong?
have a promo code for? Do you have a promo code for our listeners? Wait, do you have to pay for that channel?
The QAnon is free if you use my promo code MAGA 2024.
Oh
wow.
Jesus!
Dude, come back, huh? Wow. That is interesting. Okay. Well, Josh, we appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for giving us the prediction here. And big thanks to your sponsors for having you on here.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for QAnon for bringing me out here. Recount the votes.
All right, we're gonna end
A third time.
See, that's what happens on Radio Row, baby. That's what you got to bring those guys on. You got to get their plugs in, and then we got to get their prediction for the game.
And we got to act like we're really into it, like you did. You did a really good job of pretending you're really into it. You sold it.
I'm good at that because I'm the ultimate at that. I play along with the with what's required. Okay. So if anybody else wants to jump on, you can jump on. Oh, I thought that's still Josh. I saw Cody in here. Cody left.
Cody Stutes?
Yeah, he was in here for a hot second. I think he was gonna jump on, so I don't know.
Maybe Josh stole this QAnon bit.
Dang, yeah, he's like, dang, oh man, that sucks. Okay, let me see. What else did you have that we wanted to talk about before we get going?
Oh, that's a good question.
You had one thing when you in the pre-show. I should have written it down, but I forgot to. That's on me.
I thought we did write it down.
Yeah, that was on me.
It must have been something from my Twitter. Let me see if I find it through skipping through my Twitter real quick.
Wait, what'd you think of Nike's new shoes? By the way, we got asked about that. So Nike introduced a new shoe today. It requires no hand. Okay, so you don't need to lace them up. You don't need to even touch the back to put your finger in to get your shoe in there. What did you think of that? Because it looks interesting. It's a cool concept for people that are, that obviously work in an environment where they can't be touching their hands on stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's great for people with disabilities, which is awesome, right? Like they've done that before with the Fly Ease, with the LeBron Soldier Fly Ease. It makes it really easy to lace them up. And this one is like literally
also
up almost. It's really interesting.
I like how they look. I'm waiting. I think I might get a pair if I find a colorway I really, really like.
Mm-hmm.
As you mentioned, it's going to be really helpful for people with disabilities. The thing I hope doesn't happen, like it did with that pair of Jordan 1. Do you remember that Jordan 1 that had the Easy Strap that was made for people with disabilities last year? People were freaking reselling that shoe.
Really?
Like this Nike shoe needs to be widely available. Like I think 120 is a little steep for what it is. But at the very least, make it really widely available.
It should be like $80.
That's a good price. Yeah.
There's no air in it, right? It's just a foam bottom, so it should be like $80. But I guess the technology.
Yeah, they remind me, like I was telling you, they remind me of the Presto, and I can't remember that other classic '90s Nike shoe that like has a kind of looks like the Presto but has that strap. Mm-hmm. I can't remember what it's called right now, but I'm a fan.
I like it. It looks pretty cool. I'm waiting for the colorways as well, and hopefully it drops. So you'll probably see it in the outlets, right? Because when the what was the bead technology they came out with?
Yeah, the Nike Bounce, was it Bounce?
No. Bounce is Adidas. Why am I blanking on it? Whatever the bead technology is.
Yeah.
We're like, oh my god, it's crazy. It's never going to drop in price, and literally, it's like $50.
That's all. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all over the place.
Look at this. joining us in our virtual radio row now live from the Super Bowl in Houston, because we're not over there and we probably wouldn't have been there anyways. It is La Raza. He is joining. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the show, man. How you doing, La Raza?
Hey, Mr. Raheel, Mr. Jose Partida, thank you for having me here. I want to thank Spicy Boy Productions to fly me out to Houston today. It's great to be here in the hometown, you know.
Spicy Boy Productions. Tell me a little bit about this. That's interesting.
What do they do?
Well, it's Spicy Boy Productions. It's gang, man. It's a hashtag. It's not just, but it's a lifestyle too. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag Spicy Boy, and it actually has the Raheel Show, which we like to partner up with good creative content creators. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Spicy Boy.
Is Spicy Boy, and by the way, we've got La Raza joining us right here on the Raheel Show podcast from the Super Bowl. We'll get his predictions here in a second. So is Spicy Boy like a sub-production company of Brazzers or Bang Bros or what? I mean, because it's just,
I don't know.
We're not sure.
Well, it kind of has to do that, and that goes into my sponsor, which is Blue Chew. I got a special code called Mi Chorizo 20. You get 20% off if you enter the promo code for Blue Chew. It's kind of like that, but it's just Spicy Boy, man. You see, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that, but not really. But take it out where you want to.
All right, La Raza, thank you so much for joining us. But look, speaking of Spicy Boy, the spiciest quarterback out there right now is Patrick Mahomes. Everybody's hot on him. Is it going to be Mahomes? Is it going to be Brady? What's your prediction for Super Bowl 55?
I like Jose Partida's prediction. The future is now, but I will never bet against Tom Brady in my entire life. I made that mistake many times. I'm sticking with Tampa Bay 30-27.
Wow, there
good
is.
Game. Okay.
There you go, La Raza. Thank you so much for joining us. Hall of Famer to the podcast, and brought to you by Spicy Boy Productions. Don't forget to check them out this Super Bowl Sunday. Spicy Boy Productions. Good. There we go. Awesome.
So he's he got the bag from Spicy Boy Production and Blue Chew to be out here with us.
Yeah, he got the Blue Chew bag too.
He got a double. Homie pulled up with a double bag.
Yo,
double bag all over his shoulder. Good for him. Hey, get it where you can, man.
Lazy J said it was Joyride. That was the beat.
Yes, that's what it was. Yeah.
Joyride. Yeah, and remember, like you can get those now for like literally $50. So
yeah, I was at the outlets like, was it a month ago?
Mm-hmm.
It was it might have been almost a month ago, and there was like 3 different Joyrides there.
Yeah,
3 different models.
I tried. Did you try them on? Did you ever try them on?
No, I should have, but no.
In this pandemic, you're right. You should. I don't know. I tried them on.
In a post-Pearl Harbor world, I didn't have time to try them on.
I tried them on. They're pretty interesting, but
yeah,
I like my shoes breaking in. Like when I step into it, I want that foam kind of broken in. This one doesn't break in. There's no break in. It's like it reshuffles every time.
Mm-hmm.
So that felt really weird to me. So I was like, I'm out. I don't want it. I'm good. Okay, so I guess that's all of our Radio Row interviews. That was awesome. Big thanks to our Radio Row guests for joining us on the podcast. Anything else before we get out of here? We made our predictions. You got Kansas City. I got Tampa Bay. And I can't wait, man. It's gonna be a fun game. And the weekend is performing, so I'm pumped for that. I can't wait. Why? Why are you so down on the weekend?
I'm not a big. I enjoy his music, but I don't consider myself a really big fan of his.
But he's a part. I mean, that's what it's meant for. This is what it's meant for. His music is meant for the Super Bowl.
Will he have surprise guests?
Absolutely.
Has anyone been confirmed?
Nobody's been confirmed yet. I think there will be a couple of guests for sure.
I would say Drake, but he's recovering from his ACL like a warrior, like a true warrior that he is.
Did he really tear his ACL?
Yeah, he tore his ACL.
Doing what?
I think he was playing like a basketball game.
Oh, dang. I thought that was just I thought he just hurt his knee. I didn't know he tore his ACL.
He definitely tore his ACL.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, prayers up to him. Prayers
Lord,
up to
carry
Drake.
him now.
Lord, carry him now. Lover boy will be okay. He'll be good. Trade with Jets. What are you talking about?
I think Deshaun. I think they want.
Oh, I think somebody's just saying that. I thought like a trade actually went down. I was like, oh my God, what?
Wait, hold on.
Check it. Make sure. Are we the first to break it? There's no way. No, he's not. He hasn't been traded. He has not been traded.
Damn it, Omar.
Omar, you can't be saying that. What are you doing,
You
dude?
can't do that to
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, what are you doing? Okay, we're done. We're out of time. Thank you everyone for listening. We appreciate it. Don't forget to support our real sponsors, AlamoRemedy.com.
Alamo Remedy.
AlamoRemedy.com. ALAMO Remedy REMEDY. I gotta spell it out sometimes for people.com. They have the best CBD products, $17.99, 250 milligrams of CBD in each product. I highly recommend the gummies and the lotion. Those two are my favorite. You can check it out. They also have hemp flower. If you want to smoke the CBD, you can definitely do that as well. So get it there at AlamoRemedy.com. Use promo code UNICORN, and they're going to knock off 10% just for you. Okay, we are out of time. Thank you, everyone. Don't forget to share the podcast with all your friends. If you are listening on the audio side, send the link. If you are watching along with us, thank you so much for watching live. We will talk to you next week.
Stay spicy.